Everyone says that strength takes time to build, unless you train like a boxer. There are 3 exercises they do to get incredibly strong as fast as possible, and if you miss any of them, it may take you decades to build incredible strength, and it all starts with an exercise called fingertip wall push-ups. Most of you train your shoulders, chest, and arms, which, to be fair, matters a lot, but there's one part of the body almost everyone just ignores when we talk about strength. And honestly, it's kind of a big deal if you actually care about being strong. The wrist and the hand. Every pushing movement you do, doesn't matter if it's bench press, overhead press, push-ups, you name it, ends at the wrist. That is the last point before force leaves your body and hits the resistance. A wrist that bends under load cannot transfer what your chest and shoulders produce. The nervous system registers the instability and cuts force output before you can reach your actual limit. You're not failing because your chest is weak, you're failing because the transfer point collapsed first. Stronger wrists do not just protect the point, they allow the strength you already have to fully arrive. Artur Beterbiev understood this better than all of us. He held all 4 major light heavyweight titles at once, and for a long time, which is honestly quite rare. So Boxing Science broke down his training, and one of the exercises they highlighted was this one, the fingertip wall push-up. And look, I know, the name sounds a bit scary, like something that's gonna snap your fingers in half. But honestly, it's not like that. Yeah, it's a little bit challenging, but once you try it, it's actually pretty doable. So here's how you do it correctly. Stand about an arm's length away from a wall. Place just your fingertips on it. All 11. Spread out a little. Now slowly lean in until your weight shifts onto your fingers. Keep your arms almost straight. From here, just let your body fall toward the wall, and keep your wrists neutral the whole time. That's an important point. Catch yourself using only your fingertips, then push yourself back up. If you feel them bending back, just step a bit closer to the wall and make it easier first, because that bending is exactly the pattern this exercise is supposed to prevent. Don't train it in the wrong direction. Even 3 to 5 clean ones is a solid start. Basically, through this exercise, you're building stronger fingertips, more stable wrists, and that carries over to your shoulders, triceps, and even your chest. To answer the question right away, best case, you should be able to do 3 sets, around 8 to 10 reps, and 2 to 3 times a week. Trust me, give it about 4 weeks. Your pressing will feel more solid, pulling feels tighter, even carrying weight feels more controlled. That's your connective tissue adapting, finally catching up to your strength. But what comes next is probably the last thing you'd expect to build strength. You probably know Ernie Shavers. In a sport full of heavy hitters, his name still comes up first when fans debate the hardest punch in heavyweight history. And honestly, when he talked about where that power came from, it wasn't anything fancy. Just hips, heavy bag work, and the most important one for us, smashing a sledgehammer into a tire. Almost every version of this you have seen on YouTube is probably missing the most important part. But first, here is how you actually do them right. First thing, get a solid stance, shoulder width apart. Then grip the hammer with your dominant hand up near the head and the other one down at the base. Fun fact, you actually don't have to go out and buy a hammer and take the tire off your car. A 6 to 10 kilogram medicine ball is also enough. Anyways, now as you swing, that top hand should slide down and meet the bottom. That little slide is where a lot of the power actually comes from. Please, don't just swing with your arms. You'll look busy, but you will not really be doing much of anything. So, drive it from your legs, let the core rotate, and then your upper body finishes it. I know, that already sounds a bit tiring, right? Because it is! That's why I recommend doing it at the end of your workout, as a finisher. Next fun fact, the exercise is also good if you want to burn a lot of fat. But smashing a tire builds no visible muscle. Yet the athletes who do it consistently become measurably stronger than the ones who do not. Because there is a concept in strength training called general physical preparedness. Think of it like the foundation of a house. You can build muscle, speed, skill, whatever you want on top, but if the base is weak, everything above it has a limit. The sledgehammer builds that base. Most exercises move in one direction, for example. A bench press goes forward and back, a squat goes up and down. But the sledgehammer moves through multiple planes at once, rotation, vertical force, and impact absorption, all in one swing. That is how real-world power actually works. And yeah, it might look like you're just hitting a tire, but your whole body knows it's not that simple. But you might be thinking, the heavier the hammer, the more strength you get, right? That's where most people get it wrong. The weight isn't the main thing here, it's the intent behind each swing. A lighter hammer, when it's driven with real explosiveness, will build way more than a heavy one dragged around lazily with just the arms. I've seen people basically swing it like they're upset at the floor. That's not training, that's just emotional damage to the tire. For the next exercise, you literally need no equipment. That's why it's one of my favorites if I want to develop my strength at home or in my garage. Exercise 3, and this is its real name, the Knuckle Crocodile Walk. And yeah, I mean, you pretty much guessed it, you're gonna be moving like a crocodile here. The guy who made it famous was Prince Nassim Hamed, IBF, WBO, and WBC featherweight champion, known worldwide for his explosive punching power. And from what I've seen, he used to finish his sessions with this, which honestly tells you a lot, because nobody saves easy stuff for the end. So here's what to do. Make a fist and put your knuckles down on the floor, the front 2 rows taking the pressure. Then drop into a low plank, hips down. Don't let your hips shoot up or you'll just look like you're trying to escape the exercise. From there, click the subscribe button and move one fist forward and step the opposite foot in. Right fist, left foot. Then switch. Left fist, right foot. Just keep that pattern going. Stay low the whole time and controlled. If it feels slow, well done. That's exactly how it's supposed to feel, because fast just makes it sloppy and way easier than it should be. If your knuckles start complaining on a hard floor, just use a yoga mat. My friend said it would be cheating, but I have a different opinion on this. That's not cheating, that's just being smart and building into it properly. Give it like 2 or 3 weeks and you'll feel your hands adapting, if you stay consistent, obviously. That connective tissue getting tougher is kind of the whole point here. After that, well, then you can move on to a harder surface. Just maybe don't do it in the dark like I did. But the real question is, why should you even bother doing it in the first place? Well, first, it builds connective tissue strength in the hands, wrists, and forearms. When you support your full body weight on closed fists, you are loading the bones, tendons, and ligaments of the hands directly. But also, at the same time, your triceps, chest, and front shoulders are under constant work. There are no breaks in this exercise. The muscles stay under constant tension for the entire 40 to 50 meters. Think of it like the difference between doing push-ups in reps and holding the low position for a full minute. Same muscles, but completely different demand. Second, the crocodile walk even produces muscular endurance and dense functional strength that set and rep training simply does not reach. And then there's the core part. Every time one fist moves, the other side has to stabilize. So your body is constantly fighting rotation, step after step. Your deep core has to stay locked in the whole time. So, the fingertip wall push-off goes at the start of any strength session you do. In the best case, 2 or 3 times a week before your hands are tired. The sledgehammer goes at the end of a training session, 2 to 3 times a week. The crocodile walk finishes whichever session you choose. That's it. Shout out to this comment, and if you want to learn more, just click the subscribe button and sign up for my free newsletter. I love writing, so I do it in my free time and put some surprises in there as well because I appreciate everyone who watches my videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.